Okay. Hello, viewers. Welcome to another edition of Fellowship Varta. Today we have got Dr. Renuka Sahu. She is a research engineer with Airbus Bangalore. Welcome, Dr. Renuka, to the show. Uh, Dr.
Thank you, sir.
Renuka, I would like to request you to tell our viewers your academic journey. Like you have come from NIT Raipur to Indian Institute of Science to Airbus. How did you come to know about these premier organization and what was your preparation strategy to enter into this?
So, as you mentioned, I have been in NIT Raipur for my bachelor's in mechanical engineering. Then after that, I joined IISc, Indian Institute of Science, and wherein I did my direct PhD degree, which was PhD plus MTech research degree in aerospace engineering. And now I'm working at Airbus. So, as always, I was interested in science, in physics, and very much curious student while I was in school. And as it is in India, every child or majority of the children, they give engineering entrance exams. And my aim was to get into a good national college like IITs or NITs. And based on the entrance exams, I got into NIT Raipur and I got into mechanical branch. And that's it, as everyone does. So that was a very straightforward experience. But when I got into NIT, after 1 or 2 years, a lot of extracurricular activities which start, wherein there are various technical challenges. One was this ASME, Human Powered Vehicle Challenge, wherein students they create a group and they design some kind of a vehicle which is powered by human mechanical energy, and that has to go into a competition. So I entered that kind of a challenge through my institute, and from there I got an inclination into how whatever we study can be applied in real world and how it has practical applications, and what is the process which goes behind creating anything, any product in an engineering sense. And that was one exposure wherein I had to document, I had to research, I had to apply my theoretical knowledge. So that really helped me understand that, okay, research might be something which is of interest to me. And further, we have an internship requirement in a bachelor's. So I did an internship with DRDO, Hyderabad, in the Advanced Systems Laboratory. It was a 1 month internship, and therein it was my first time working with a research problem, completely a research-based problem. So that I enjoyed a lot. We worked with composites, we visited various laboratories there, and it helped me understand what I actually want to do further in life. So I came to know about this direct PhD programs, which happen for IITs and IISc. So in that program, if a person is interested, directly after pursuing their bachelor's in any subject, they can go for a PhD without the requirement of having a master's degree. So for that, you need to give GATE exam in your respective subject. And there is a minimum score which is needed for each, and it differs for every subject. And then when the application process starts, one needs to apply for the interview because there will be an interview before. And once you clear the interview, then only you will be getting the admission. So I prepared for that so most of the preparation was done through GATE. And then for the research programs, I did meet and contact a few people, like what kind of questions can be asked, which are research based for interviews. So that helped me a lot. And then moving on to Airbus, I think uh, during my PhD only, when I did the internship with Airbus Defense and Space in Germany, which was through the IGSTC Industrial Fellowship, I came to understand how research is done in an industrial setup. And that was also something which I enjoyed a lot. So I thought that it is a natural next step for me that I should pursue and explore a role in industry with Airbus. So yeah, that's
Thank you,
the
Dr.
journey.
Renuka. It was a very important message you gave. One,
Hmm.
today time when parents and students both are just looking at computer science as a graduate entry point, there is a
Yes,
lot
yes,
outside computer science to be done, and good amount of
yes.
opportunity are there. And traditional sciences like mechanical engineering has a lot to play in the world of automobiles, be it scooter, car, cycle, truck, bus, or aeroplane. So congratulations for what you did. And on your second statement, I must say that only those who score high in the undergraduate level are eligible to go for direct PhD. So not all undergraduates are eligible to go for direct PhD in IIT and ISc. Only a select students could go. But if you are eligible, one should try because it saves 2 years, and you can utilize this time in doing some other gainful exercise. So very nice this thing. Renuka, I would like to know, how did you come to know about IGSTC Industrial Exposure Fellowships, and how did you prepare for that? How did you find the host institution or the host scientist, and what was your preparation all about?
So in IISc, we have a communication cell which typically rolls out an email every month for students, all of the students. And in that email, there is a information about ongoing fellowships or upcoming fellowships. Initially, in my first 2 years, I was preoccupied with studies and defining my research problem. So when I started to notice these emails, and I also came to know from other students that there are such opportunities which other students have got. So that interest, like that got my interest. So I started scrolling through these emails and started scrolling through internet for various information. And I came to know about IGSTC fellowship through our institute communication email only. And it was something which fit my guidelines, like whatever requirements was needed. Like I had completed my 2 years of PhD and I was already doing some work. My work was there. So I was able to identify that this can be something which I can pursue further. And then identifying the host, which is very important to get this fellowship. I utilized all of my communication networks, whatever I could have utilized. So I first started by sharing this news with my guide. He was very supportive and he gave me a lot of contacts, like which could have potentially helped me. And but it was not through direct contact, it was through contact of his contacts that I came to identify a host. And I also sent a lot of cold emails, and I myself identified a lot of German institutes other than what which were in contact with my professor. So that way, and I sent out my CV and everything. So based on that, my host, who was also interested in the work which I was doing, we found a common ground, and then I could get a meeting done with him, and we could agree that okay, fine, this is something we want to move forward with, and that was there. But
Well,
it does take a time, like 3 to 4
yeah,
months time to
it takes
identify
a
your
good
host.
amount of
Yeah.
effort.
Yes, yes, yes. It's very,
So,
it takes
so,
effort. It
so
takes
the
effort.
message I am taking from this conversation is keep your eyes and ear open. Very often,
Yes.
some institutions are ready to provide ready-made opportunities to their students, what they could explore outside the institute. But if they are not doing it so, there are several research social media like Google Scholar, ResearchGate, where you can know
Mhm.
who are the people working in domains of your interest, and then you could start a correspondence with them, communication with them, and one day you will find some good opportunity to interact. Renuka, my
Yes.
next question to you is, you have worked in two Indian institutions, NIT and IISc, and you have worked in industry. What is the working
Mhm.
environment? How academic research is different from industrial research?
So academic research is very different from industrial research. As we all know, industry is very much focused on its objectives, on its timelines, and on its customer requirements. And also, of course, the cost factor also comes in. In academia, you have a lot of freedom in terms of where you want to take your research. So suppose I start a research problem and in between I find some other ways to explore that problem. I can do that. But in industry, we don't have that freedom. We have to first of all try to focus on what is the end goal. And if in between we find other paths, it's very good. We can explore it as an extra. But while you have to, get those kind of outcomes which are beneficial to the industry. So that is where somewhere a difference is there between academia and industry.
Yeah,
But apart from that, I don't think I found any difference.
yeah, I understand industry's main goal is to make profit. And these days, what
Yes.
they're doing, how they are adding up their profit is by bringing in new technology solutions or new technology products, which are obviously quite competitive in terms of time because their rival companies are also producing products and they need to do one shade
Yes.
better. So it's not only product-oriented research, but product-oriented research in time and be uh, on less amount of investment, if I could say. So you need to develop a
Yes.
product good for that. Renuka, what is the difference between Indian and German research environments? Of course, you have seen two different words. In India, you are in the academics. In Germany, you are in industry. But in general, life of a researcher in India and life of a researcher in Germany, how do you differentiate?
So, in India, where like in IISc, I experienced that a lot of it is, it's there is no time constraint and you are very free. As I said, the freedom part, it has positives, but it has its negatives also. So once the timeline is not defined, it can go astray. You are not sure like it will be done according to what your objectives are. But in Germany, what I have observed is people are very, very specific what they want and how they want it. And they are very clear. So they ask the right questions, if I am to say in that way. The right questions will be asked, the right questions will be put up, and that will make you think that, okay, is my research applicable in a long term also? Is it relevant? Is it applicable in a long, like, you can say, will it be relevant in a long term? And how I can contribute using my research? So these questions are put up at front, and you have to deal with them even before defining your problem statement. So based on that, I to my problem statement, which I worked over there. Not based on I am interested in this subject or we are trying to look into this subject and let's explore more. So it was more practical. It was more goal oriented over there.
Uh,
So, and also the time part, because the timelines, Germans are punctual and they stick to their timeline. So the goals are defined like that. Yeah.
uh, what would be your advice to the current batch of researchers? Should they get industrial exposure before completing their PhD? Of course, you got it in Germany through Indo-German Center, but there are should our government create more opportunities to our researcher within India or somewhere else? What is your view?
I believe that every PhD student, if they can, they should definitely get an industrial exposure. Not only it connects them to the application of their problem, it will broaden their perspective. Like the way of thinking will change definitely after getting an industrial experience. So if we are just doing our research, we are in a very textbookish manner. We are working on our problem, and we are not sure what real world challenges we can face and how those challenges can be addressed, because that in itself forms a lot of complex research topics, the real world challenges which are faced. So in a way, if any person goes for an industrial experience, they will gain new insights, they will broaden their horizons, and it will definitely help them become more professional in their approach.
Thank you, Dr. Renuka, on that note for a wonderful message that
Thank you.
it is good for researchers to have a feel of other world, the user community world, the industry, before they submit their documents for some a degree. Also, I would like to congratulate you because this fellowship has given you an opportunity to be a part of Airbus. So, congratulations on that part
Yes,
and
thank
looking
you, sir.
forward. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you so much.